And now, the brighter side with Sunny, featuring Sunny, the California girl from Glow, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. And now, here's your host, Sunny, Patricia Summerland.
Woo! Hey everyone, welcome to the Brighter Side with Sunny Show. I have a special glowing Saturday. I'm looking forward to this. To my right, I have the wonderful director of Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, Matt Cimber. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here right now as Sunny. Thank you, Matt. And then to the left, I have the beautiful, his wife, Lynn Fero. And I'm a little nervous because she is the senior vice president of CBS. I can't mess up. Uh-oh. I'm glad to have you guys on. And I don't know if we could bring the camera down. We do have a special guest as well. And that is Mr. Beautiful Blue. And there he is. And he's relaxing. He's a very quiet guard dog.
Yes, he is. Hopefully he stays that way.
Right? I think so. He's very well behaved. This is great.
Yes.
So here we are, Matt, after, 32 years.
Here you are.
Right.
Look at all the wonderful things you've accomplished.
Thank you.
I mean, you're somebody to be very proud of. I'm always proud when I hear that a Glow girl has succeeded, and I can't think of any of them that have succeeded as big as you have.
Oh, thank you, Matt. We all got to keep striving, and I hope all the Glow girls, reach a levels of success and love one another within the group and cut out all that other bickering and whatnot. But you know what? In Glow, that's the way it was. Yes. I think I was hated the most. Yes. In fact, I think I was.
And one of the reasons I never did the documentary that brought back Glow, because that documentary went on Netflix.
Yes.
And it caused such a rampage. Netflix said, wait a minute, we better do a series here. There's a lot of fans out there that nobody knew about it.
Oh, yeah.
But in either event, the point is that I think I felt at the time that they were making this documentary, that it was really the girls' time. It was their time to express or whatever. I didn't need it. Glow was never part of my career, okay? At least I thought that way, until I really realized that with everything else I've done in my life, okay, what is standing out? Glow.
Right.
And what was something that I didn't want to do? Glow. I didn't want to do Glow. I tried to avoid it. And then my partner, who owned the Riviera, that was financing it, said, Matt, I've taken over the full control of the Riviera, and I want to have a national show coming from here that people would see every week. Okay, sure enough. Okay, that was Glow. I said, but women's wrestling? I mean, really, Rick, people think women's wrestling is rolling around in the mud.
Oh, gosh, no. Thank God we didn't do that.
Exactly.
Of course, we got compared. Do you guys do that? And we're like, what? No, we're pro wrestlers.
So when I got into it, I started seeing other things. I saw the characters being part of society. Everybody represents something from society. And nobody was allowed to take credit as an actress. Okay, Sunny was Sunny.
Yay, that was me. And we'll hold that thought as Sunny, and we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with Matt Cimber and Lynn Fero.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe.
all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
Ride on a runaway train. Neon city lights flashing, driving you insane. Look to the left. Look to the right, don't know where you're going to wild time.
Woo! Welcome back to the Brighter Side with Sunny show, and we have the Miss Beautiful Lynn Fero here, and we have the wonderful Matt Cimber, the director of Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. We're all champions in the ring. I won't do the rap yet. I remember that, believe it or not. I don't remember my knock-knocks. No, I don't want to. No, I'm kidding. They were okay.
She had a routine where she went, knock, knock, who's there? And, of course, and it was very funny.
Yeah. Tanks who? Tanks for the memories. It's great to be on the scene to beat the big Marine. And that was Corporal Kelly charging at me, and she wanted to kill me. Yeah, great. Yeah, oh my gosh, what great memories. But yeah, so let's go back to the Sunny, the molding of the girls and Glow. Oh, Emma Shulam Rickless, rest in peace. That was the financer of Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Yes, he owned the Riviera Hotel. Yes. He wanted to have someone. I had just come back from Europe. I had just completed 2 films, Hundra and Yellow Hair. And I'd been in Spain, and I didn't realize that the #1 shows in television were wrestling shows. They were beating everybody in the ratings. So David McLean came with this idea of doing a women's wrestling show that would compete, for viewership. And I didn't believe it. But I did the pilot, and in editing the pilot, I suddenly discovered something. I had Matilda the Hun taking these huge shots into her stomach from one of the other younger girls. And I slowed the machine down. And as I slowed the editing machine, it became slow-mo, and you saw boom, boom, boom. And suddenly the editor and I were on the floor cracking up. I said, this is where we go. And no girl could select her own name. She has to come on and represent a character. Okay? Now, the characters all existed and lived through. The only character I ever abandoned was the Princess of Darkness. And the Princess of Darkness to me I loved her. She was the daughter of the devil. And she used to do these seances with the bad girls. Oh, now we take a little bit of the saliva of whatever and put it together in a drink, and then we take an eyebrow of Richard Nixon and put it into this, and that's it. Now, what killed everybody finally was the bad girls had a birthday party for the devil, and they came out with the big cake where the candles couldn't be blown out, of course. And the distributor called me up, and he said, Matt, we have a real problem. We have a preacher down in Arkansas that goes on television every Sunday morning, got a huge following, and he has a strong in with ale. What's the drink? The popular drink, ginger ale.
Ginger ale. Yeah.
And he advertises our show in 17 states, and he's threatening to pull the ad. So the man calls. I said, let me talk to him. The man calls me in Nevada from Arkansas. He said, "Hi, Mr. Cimber." He said, "I'm so glad you decided to talk to me." He said, "I just want to tell you that every Sunday I preach against your show." He said, "Now I know no matter what I say, they're going to watch your show because they all love it. But, sir, we have a real problem with this princess of darkness. I mean, we're out here selling the devil." And I said, "Well, look, you guys got Sunday mornings. You come on every Sunday. Don't you think the devil should have equal time in the great American tradition? Everybody should have their say. Why not him?" There was a long silence on the phone. I said, "Really? You know, if somebody wants to be a follower of the devil, let them. You know, they're probably just going to end up in hell." Well, after a while, I felt sorry for the guy. I felt sorry for him. He's the most popular guy on Sunday mornings. So I abandoned the Princess of Darkness, which broke my heart. I made her...
Which girl was that, Matt? The Princess of Darkness.
I made her. She was carried into the ring from then on in a coffin. She was Dracula. The female Dracula.
Vampira?
Vampiress?
Vampira.
Vampira.
And she became Vampira. So, it tells you everything about the show. Nobody realized how popular the show was, because all the girls were in Vegas. I made sure that Vegas did not play the show. And I have to tell you, they said to me, "Matt, what are you doing?" The distributor station wants to buy the show. I said, "No. Those girls will learn how popular they are, and we will be in big trouble, because then we'll have a problem." It wasn't until they went to New York to do
Phil Donahue.
Phil Donahue show. NBC paid for all of them to come first class, put them in a wonderful hotel, one of the most expensive in New York.
Waldorf Astoria, wasn't it? The Waldorf Astoria.
Yeah. And I said, they got treated like princes. Now, when they arrived in a bus, because we had just come from Connecticut, where we did
Sally Jesse Raphael.
Sally Jesse Raphael. I said, "Oh my God, can you imagine? We're on Central Park South. Can you imagine what's going to happen when these girls get off the bus?" And all of a sudden, everybody, including the bellman, the people, they came running out and they started shouting the names of the girls. They were so happy to see them. I couldn't believe it. Here they were already, from that day on, I had no control anymore of these girls. They were rock stars. They walked down 6th Avenue. And people, there's so-and-so, there's so-and-so.
Yeah, it's funny, and everyone had their favorite, too. You could tell the fans, they loved the Hill and the Babyface, or Good and Bad Girl,
Right.
And that was good, thank God,
And they stuck by it.
Yeah.
Even in the airport, I wouldn't have a good girl sitting with a bad girl.
Yep. Well, we'll be right back, Matt, to talk more about that Good and Bad Girl, as it still goes on.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Come to Angelo's and Vinci's Restaurante to see memorabilia of movie stars and theatrical magic right in downtown Fullerton, California. The Art of the Great Masters in an Italian town square complete with storefronts of old, Italian butchers and cheesemongers, fruit and wine vendors, seamstresses showing their wares, the romance of Romeo and Juliet. Find our mystical Room of the Moon, and don't forget King Kong, Dracula, Frankenstein, and who knows what awaits you in the wine cellar. Enjoy the great food. We hand stuff our pastas, roll each and every tortellini, bake our own bread, and make all of our sauces fresh from our private stock of Sicilian family recipes. Pasta to seafood, chicken to award-winning pizzas, tiramisu flown in from Rome. If you can't find something on our menu to tempt you, you don't like Italian food. Try our Sunday brunch, all you can eat, just $21.95. And Angelo's and Vinci's has been named the best Italian restaurant in Orange County 2 years in a row, and our owner has been named Restaurateur of the Year. Angelo's and Vinci's, Fullerton, California, 714-879-4022 or angelosandvinci's.com.
The smartest way for you to get the lowest prices on your plane tickets, domestic or international, is to call SmartFares first or last, but you've got to call us before you book your plane tickets. Fly anywhere in the world, fly anywhere in the U.S., and SmartFares can save you up to 75% on your plane tickets. We have the lowest airline ticket prices on over 500 airlines, and you've got a great 12-hour free cancellation window. Plus, with our live agent help, you can always get fast help and fast answers. So on your next trip, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, how about right now? Pick up your phone and call SmartFares, plus save up to 75% on your plane reservation. So call right now. 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644, 800-915-2644.
All right, we are back. Welcome to the Brighter Side with Sunny and CRN Digital Talk One Radio Network. We have Matt Cimber and Lynn, Fero, and I love this. They're conversing. Please step in anytime because I think you know a lot about Glow too.
Oh, yes, I do.
You know, but you're probably like going, I'm glad I wasn't there back then with all that craziness with us girls.
Actually, I'm a little jealous. It sounds like you guys had the best time on the planet.
We actually did. I think it was a blast. And Matt, if it wasn't for him giving us our insight to acting, to being athletic, to do our rolls and tumbles again, to push us. For me, it was my handstands because I'm 5'10" and I couldn't do handstands to save my life. Remember? He made me go up against the wall and do like 100. And I was dying. I was getting dizzy. I was upside. Keep going, Sonny. Your legs are still dangling. I'm like, I can't do it, Matt. Keep going. I want to see your legs straight up. And I did it over and over and over. But I got it right finally.
Yes, you did.
Just to end up in a terrible pile driver, I almost broke my neck with the match with Beastie, the Road Warrior, on tour. Remember, in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Biloxi.
They took me out. All the fans were chanting, Sonny, and I heard them. And I'm like, oh, my God. I blacked out. My neck went this way. Blacked out. I guess they thought I broke my neck, but I didn't, thank God. And then in the emergency, they're over me, and they're like, I hope you get paid a lot for this. And I'm like, oh, boy. Well, you know, the 80s. Not like WWE gets. I wish. But that's okay. The experience will stay with us. The acting, the ability to be a stunt woman, to know how to defend ourselves. Matt gave us all that, all in one show. You know, how to be creative and how to be our character. Everyone says I'm sunny anyway, which I probably am, because I came in always smiling. I was always this way, you know, and I see that.
Yeah.
You were brilliant in seeing all these characters and to bring us to life.
She always had such a happy aura around her, you know. She had this fabulous smile. She still has this great smile.
Well, now it's not mine, but
but she had this great smile, and
I got my tooth knocked out by Beastie.
and Steve Blantz, my co-writer, we used to sit and say, well, Sunny is one of the pretty girls, you know, which was terrible, you know, to signify which, but we were always conscious never to go and cast anybody because they were pretty. They had to have something else. They had to have another flea. She always was full of energy, okay, and she had a personality. And if you didn't have a personality, you could not be on Glow. After a while, that was it. We lost a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, and that training, right? A lot of girls.
Yes. And we had some tragic things happen.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is that these girls really went at the wrestling. I knew they would get the acting and they get the comedy. We had to teach them how to do takes, how to deliver a comedy line, and do it over and over and over till they had it right.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have to tell you, the most important thing, after a while, I was amazed myself. We had a couple of girls who had never done anything athletically.
Yep. Well, we'll take it on that. We'll return in a minute, and we've got so much more. God, I don't want this to end. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess not. 2 minutes and 2. Well, we're back again.
Okay. In any event, when I saw them flying off the buckle in the ring,
which one, Lightning or Zelda?
No, music. MTV. MTV was the gutsiest little girl you ever saw, and I never forget the day I was in the control booth and we're doing camera, we're shooting the thing, and all of a sudden, okay, one of our famous girls, picks her up over the shoulders and flings him out into the audience, unrehearsed.
That was Mountain Fiji, I think. Mountain Fiji picked up, that's on every magazine cover, threw her.
And flung her out into the audience. Was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
And of course it was unrehearsed, and both of them got fined pretty good because anything could have happened to her when she hit that crowd. Because everybody was wanting to catch.
She hit the actual crowd?
She went right into the crowd.
Out. Yeah.
Right, Fiji
flung
her about 15 feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was a little thing.
Fiji could do it because she wasn't.
She was huge. She bench pressed our wrestling ring. But we'll talk some more when we come right back.
For the getaway of your dreams, come to Hawaii's Playground, Ka'anapali Beach Resort, on the fun side of Maui, where the world comes to play. Find your spot on Ka'anapali Beach with 3 miles of white sand, 12 resort properties, 2 golf courses, and 2 shopping centers. Enjoy the playground of Hawaii's ancient royalty. Ka'anapali Beach Resort is Hawaii's original master planned destination resort and home of the Hawaii Food and Wine Festival. With views of 2 neighboring islands, you can breathe in the land's natural beauty from your favorite resort or golf fairway. Come experience Kaanapali's own special brand of Hawaiian hospitality with world-class dining, relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Kaanapali Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit KaanapaliResort.com. That's KAANAPALI Resort.com.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS? News flash, the president has changed the tax laws, and now you may be able to pay the IRS less. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, the tax doctor can help you pay the IRS as little as possible allowed by law. There are new tax laws for business owners, the self-employed, even W-2 workers. If you have a back tax problem or a few years of unfilled returns, new help to save you money is now here. Call right now to see how the new tax laws can help you. Plus, right now, we'll waive the consultation fee and give you a free tax savings report. Attention business owners, the self-employed, and W-2 workers. Make this free call to the tax doctor now and learn how to take advantage of the new tax laws that may help you pay the IRS less. 800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. That's 800-985-1610.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low prices available, we can't possibly tell them to you right here and now. If you're flying somewhere anytime in the next 6 months and you want the lowest airline ticket prices anywhere, you owe it to yourself to save a ton of money. So pick up your cell phone and call myflightsearch.com right now.
Call 800-445-3166. 800-445-3166. That's 800-445-3166. Call now. 800-445-3166.
Legendary food critic Meryl Schindler talks about the Hill Street Cafe in Burbank, California.
The Hill Street Cafe in Burbank, California, 3301 North Glen Oaks Boulevard, open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And when I say breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I mean menus that give you everything you can possibly want. I'm looking at the dinner menu here. They got every sort of sandwich and salad. And not only do they have burgers and hot dogs, but they have burgers and hot dogs made with Beyond Meat and Beyond Sausage. They have a fitness menu. They have senior dining. It is a full-service restaurant with a lot of, I should mention, very good beers and wines. And they have a back room that is semi-private, fits up to 50 people. They offer delivery through ChowNow, Grubhub, Postmates, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. They allow filming at the restaurant as well. Parking lot is great, a lot over 60 spots. It's a terrific restaurant, and I love the fact that it's something for everybody. Hill Street Cafe, 3301 North Glen Oaks, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Welcome back to the Brighter Side with Sunny show at CRN Digital Talk 1 Radio. And I have the wonderful Lynn Fero, Senior Vice President of CBS. Woo! How big is that? That's such an honor. I mean, I want to be her. Like, I don't know if I will be, but I'll settle for my little radio show. But what a pleasure. And then we have the biggest director of some wonderful, not just glow, great films, which he's going to talk about soon, which I can't wait because I did go see one of those films on the red carpet at the Egyptian. I remember that film.
What film?
Oh, it was great, Matt.
What was it?
Was it Hundra?
Hundra.
It was Hundra. Yes.
Well,
that was great.
The Glow Girls can thank Hundra because much of what I took from Hundra, okay, really fell into Glow. And vice versa.
Because Hundra was like a female Conan type movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, right?
Yeah.
She was a warrior.
Yeah, and the girl who played Hundra became a star at MGM when she co-starred with Peter Falk in a film called All the Marbles.
Oh, yes. All those, I love that movie.
And she was a wrestler in there.
Yep.
And I used a couple of scenes, the one scene in the cave, when she has the love scene with the big ape who's nasty as hell. And when she fights him, she uses all wrestling moves. She flips him, she kicks him, she drops him, all of them. And actually, I was really, really thrilled when I saw how incredible she was in terms of being able to do that. But she had already starred in a film on skating, what do you call it?
Roller derby?
Roller derby.
Yeah.
And so she was a very athletic girl already. But we needed 18, 20 girls where we were going to find. And the girls themselves now say, when somebody said, you want to try out for this wrestling show, they all walked. Okay? And nobody would come down for the tryouts. I mean, we had only a very bare handful to start with. And then we started building. Now, at the end of the second season, Mr. Glow himself, McLean,
David McLean,
was upset because he felt that he should have been in charge of the show. And I got along very well with McLean. To me, McLean was the little character on top of the wedding cake. When he put on his tuxedo, he looked like he belonged on top of a wedding cake, and he was a great fall guy. I mean, he would have been great on the Three Stooges. He would have been great with the Marx Brothers, but he was great here. I used him. Of course, he resisted because he wanted real women's wrestling, and I was taking it all in stride, so to speak. The final test came. I wanted him to go down the escalator out of the ring. The cameras were set to follow them, to go out of the ring and go down the escalator right out onto, on a Saturday evening, early evening, go right out onto the strip, okay? And the girls chasing him. And sure enough, we got two cameras down there. Here comes the race. They're jumping down. He's jumping down with them. He gets out there, and the shocker is when they got him right out by his office was a phone booth on Las Vegas Boulevard with all the little pieces of messages up in it and whatnot. He came running out, and the girls grabbed him. We had a breakaway tuxedo on him.
Yeah, they ripped his clothes off.
And they took away his clothes, and he was out there in the middle of the boulevard wearing women's undergarments. And I have to tell you, it was one of the highlights of the moment. So he in spite of himself, and as much as he hated the idea of doing, because he tried to get me fired after the pilot, he went to Rickless and said, "You don't understand. I know the wrestling world." He said, "Wrestling people don't want to see comedy with wrestling. That's taboo. They hate that." And Rickless said, "Well, maybe that's so, but I only trust Cimber with $500,000 to do 13 shows. And if you don't want them, go somewhere else for your money." Okay? So the point was, at that delivery, he had, and he quit. And a lot of the girls who didn't know how popular the show was, a lot of the girls followed him. They went off with him, and of course, they tanked just like he did. and they thought the show was ruined. But no, the show had already been on the air for 2 years, and the popularity of it had been building. So the minute we put out a casting call, the doors were coming. Everybody wanted to come and be on Glow. And of course, what made a lot of the girls, and I'm not going to mention names, a lot of the girls upset. Not Patricia, never Patricia. What made a lot of girls upset was all of a sudden the Tonight Show was taking the Glow girls on. All the talk shows had the different Glow girls. They were on the game shows.
Yeah, Married with Children.
Married with Children.
Yeah.
Married with Children they went on. I mean, all of a sudden the girls who had quit went with McLean, tanked with McLean, okay? They got very bitter.
Yeah.
I mean, really bitter. And we could feel it in their attitude. I could point out every one of them who has gotten bitter, who thought they were so much better for the show if they went off with
And it kind of still seems like it's like that now, currently. You know, it is. There's egos and everything like that, but not everybody can be Sunny. We'll stay tuned. We'll be right back with everyone, right? And Lynn's got a...
How would you like to get a free IRS deduction, possibly saving hundreds of dollars on your taxes, and do something good? If you've got an old car, you can donate it to help veterans. It's a pain to try and sell a car yourself. So, pick up your phone and make a free call to Veteran Car Donations. They'll come and get your vehicle within a few days for free and give you a receipt to use for your tax refund. Of course, check with your accountant for details. Now is the perfect opportunity to help veterans and get rid of an old car. Veteran Car Donations will come and get it for free. We only ask for 2 minutes of your time right now on the phone to get the whole process started. So please help the vets and make this free call now.
800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. 800-253-1892. That's 800-253-1892.
How would you like to save up to $500 on your next vacation package? Any vacation package anywhere in the world. Just call Superior Travel and mention the code RADIO and save up to $500. We'll design a custom, fantastic vacation just for you with all the bells and whistles. Not some cookie-cutter vacation, but a unique, all-included vacation customized by one of our exclusive travel experts. And our service is completely free. You pay nothing more. So why waste your time? Let us do it for you. We've got over 100 years of travel experience to help create the perfect trip for you. Call now and learn how to save up to $500 on your next custom vacation. Pick up the phone, call Superior Travel, and use the code word RADIO.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Brighter Side with Sunny Show. And as Matt said, the sunny side, I kind of like that. We'll see, you know. But we have Lynn Fero right here to my left, and we have Mr. Matt Cimber, the director of Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, and many other things that we got to get to. There's so much to talk about here, and I want to get to it all. And I want to hear from Lynn and what she does and all the amazing things that she's working on, too. But, okay, back to you, Matt, and let's hear some more.
Okay, what would you like to discuss? I'm in the midst of writing my book.
Oh, that sounds good.
But I'm writing the book in such a way that it's really not a biography.
Okay.
All right? It's only about some of the incredible people that I've met in my life, okay, that come unexpectedly. Frank Sinatra, the Pope.
The Pope. Now, there's Pope. Let's hear about the Pope.
Yes. Well, when I was a kid, of course, I grew up in Little Italy, and we were very rough, and school meant very little to me. I was about, I guess, 9 or 10, maybe 11. And it came to pass that Wednesday afternoon, I went to public school. We had to go to church for catechism, where you had to learn all about in order to become. And the only reason I went was because all my gang and we went because we got out of school. And sometimes we'd show up at the church, sometimes we wouldn't, it was that way. Well, we had a nun. She came out, and till this day, I remember her looks. Her name was Sister Gilbert. She was so beautiful. The way in those days the costume just angled her face. She had blue eyes. She was obviously Irish in an Italian neighborhood. That was always dangerous. So now, what happened? I would show up every Wednesday just to sit. I sat in the back of the class. One day there was a ruckus in the class. She came back and she had a pointer in her hand, one of those long, hard sticks.
Oh, ouch.
And she came back and she was like, right away accused me. And I was totally innocent. And there's a horrible thing of being accused of something. And I tried to plead with her and say, but it wasn't me. And she said, put your hand out. So I put my hand out, whack. She hit me with that stick. And coming from the neighborhood that I came from and the way I was brought up, you don't take that kind of thing very lightly. So I got up and I punched her. And she went flying over.
Like the flying nun.
She went flying over. I ran home, okay? And I started playing stickball in the street. Now, all of a sudden, a priest, Irish priest, comes to my house, and my sister's at the window. Now, my sister and I hated each other very vehemently in those days. Today, I love her like everything. And the tenement was the second floor, and the priest went there and started banging on the door. My sister came. He says, your brother has to go back to church, because if he doesn't, he's going to go to hell for what he did. Now, my sister never defended me in my life. She all of a sudden went off on this priest, and she said, who are you? Now, my sister was 7 years older than me. She was very smart, very well educated. She said, who are you to tell anybody they're going to go to hell? You're not God. You can't do that. And he left. Okay, so I never did get my communion. Now I'm doing Hundra in Italy, and we're doing the post-production on the film, laying the music and etc. And all of a sudden, one of the guys in the TV department in the Vatican has its own television station, invites me to go to a Sunday afternoon in the Vatican hosted by the Pope. Why? Because he wants me to bring his daughter. He has a little daughter, okay, but he has to stay in the control booth because he's the director. He's my editor on the film, but he's the director of the TV station in the Vatican. He says, you can go. So, sure enough, I show up, and I call my mother. I said, Mom, you're not going to believe this, but I'm going into the Vatican. Okay, and I think I may see the Pope. And my mother, the only thing that my mother said was, you'll be lucky if the roof doesn't fall in. And that was it. When I got there, I sat, and the Pope had a little square platform in the middle of the audience, with a chair on top of it. And where do you think this girl and I was sitting? Right next to it, so that if I lifted my left hand up high enough, I could touch the Pope's hand.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay? And it was maybe the most incredible time of my life.
That sounds incredible. I mean, just to be that close to the Pope, and what an experience, Matt. You have so much to talk about, and I can't wait to hear more about the book and everyone that you've met so far. Stay tuned to The Brighter Side of Sunny.
I am doing all the right things, drinking plenty of water, eating right, and exercising. But month after month, my constipation with belly pain, straining, and bloating keep coming back.
Irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, affects 13 million Americans. Linzess, linaclotide, is a prescription medication that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and learn more at linzess.com. That's LINZESS.com, or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Sponsored by Allergan Pharmaceuticals and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
You order a glass of your favorite Cabernet, fresh asparagus, hollandaise on the side, a filet, medium rare. You unfurl your napkin with a flair, close your eyes, and prepare to listen. Ah, there it is. The sweet music you long to hear. The sizzle. The sizzle of a Ruth's Chris steak.
The most magnificent corn-fed prime beef, broiled to perfection at 1800 degrees. Some call it a sizzle. We call it an anthem.
As the waiter approaches, you think, is this one mine or that one?
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like Ruth always said, life's too short to eat anywhere else.
Make a reservation online at ruthschris.com or by calling 800-544-0808.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the tax helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. That's 800-932-1597.
These beats are by Mr. Phil Jones. Just a shout out to him. I had him as a guest last Saturday. He's amazing. What a great artist. And thank you for these beats. I like it. Welcome back to Me, The Brighter Side with Sunny Show. We have Matt Cimber continuing about his book story. He just got through talking about the Pope. Wow. Amazing.
Yes, it was, considering who I was. But I'll tell you a great story, one of my favorite Sinatra stories. I was invited in New York to a dinner at
the 21 Club.
21 Club.
Oh, wow.
On the east side of New York, a wonderful club. And in our group, there was a lady that I was supposed to be a friend of Frank's wife. I was escorting. And there was the Annenbergs. I don't know if you know who Walter Annenberg was. The Annenberg and his wife were there. And then there was another fellow. There was a fellow named Jilly Rizzo. Chili Rizzo was always with Frank. Frank said when he met Chili was in the midst of beating somebody up with a baseball bat. Okay? And everywhere Frank went, Chili came. Now, Chili was not a bodyguard. He was like just a friend, and you could guess probably very well connected to people that may need some time. Right. Anyway, the evening was proceeding very nicely when Frank turned to me. Frank told me a great story. He said when he first went to Hollywood, MGM, they threw a huge party for him in one of the studios. And at the party, he saw Al Jolson. Now, Al Jolson was a big idol to Frank. Frank couldn't believe that Al Jolson, with all Clark Gable, Hepburn, everybody there, Al Jolson, he ran across the party and went up to Al Jolson and he said, I want you to know that I followed you all my singing career. I think you're fantastic. And Jolson looked at him and said, well, kid, I've heard you sing, and all I could tell you is take the front money and buy as much stock as you can. And Frank was just blown away. And I could see it on his face of the disappointment. He's telling me, finally he says to me, let's go into the bar for a minute. And everybody at the table got a little suspicious because Barbara, his wife at the time, was trying to get him to cut down on booze. And they thought maybe he wanted to sneak away and get it. We went into the bar. It wasn't booze. He asked them to put on a show where they were doing the life of...
it was the Howard Hughes? Or
Howard Hughes' life. And, of course, Howard Hughes had a big thing for Frank's wife.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Women.
Ava Gardner.
Wow.
Anyway, he wanted to watch some of the shows. When the show was over, we went to a nightclub, a typical New York nightclub, because he thought Ella Fitzgerald was playing there. Frank always said he'd go anywhere where Ella Fitzgerald is singing. Well, when we got to the club, unfortunately, Ella wasn't appearing that night. So we had to settle for whatever talent was there. By the end of the evening, Frank was really shaky. He had taken a few too many.
Speaking of too many, we'll continue that conversation when we return, Matt. Thank you.
Which was most appropriate because that was your theme.
Are you tired of hearing your favorite talk radio show sound like this? What if you could hear your favorite shows in crystal clear, high-definition digital sound? Well, with CRN Digital Talk Radio